Hi everyone, so for today's video I'm going to be doing another sit down with Sophia and I'm going to be talking you through some of my tips and advice for back to school this season. I did ask you guys on Instagram for questions as I wanted to make it into a little bit more of a Q&A as well as me just giving you some advice for the new school year. So that's what I'm going to be doing for you today. Like I said, with all these sit down with Sophia videos, they are really simply edited. The lighting's never great in these. It's just a really nice way for me to sit down and just chat to you guys basically. So that's what I'm going to be doing for you today. This video is also a collab with Lily, so I'm going to link down below her channel for you because you definitely should go and subscribe to it. And she's going to be doing a kind of GCSE experience story time video. So like I said, I'll leave her channel and that video down below, so do go and check that out after this. It is going to be amazing. And without further ado, I'm going to get on and talk you through my advice for back to school. So the first piece of advice I kind of wanted to talk about was advice for year 10s and 11s, because on a lot of my videos, on Instagram posts, I get a lot of questions going, what's your advice for new year 11s? What's your advice for starting your GCSEs? And I thought now that I have done my GCSEs, I've got my results, that I can kind of talk about this and give my opinion and my advice. So if you are a year 10, my number one piece of advice is don't freak out. Like year 10, although it is a hard-working year, it's not as bad as year 11. Like year 10, you still have time. If you're not achieving what you want to achieve, you have time to improve. You've got time to change your revision strategies, everything like that. So don't freak out. And my advice would be get as organised as quickly as possible. So look at all the things you're going to be studying that year. So if you know that you're going to be studying these 2 modules in history, get those textbooks at the start of the year. If you know you are going to be taking triple science, get the triple science books, or if you're doing combined, get the combined science books. So get organised straight at the start of the year. I'd also say this for a year 11. If you know you need certain books or resources, anything like that, get it at the start of the year, because then you don't have to be stressing halfway through thinking, oh my god, I need this and I don't have it. So get your stuff straight away at the start of the year. Get all your supplies in. Get plenty of paper and flashcards or any other revision tools that you'll be using, because then it just makes it so much easier throughout the rest of the year, especially when it got to like end of April. I know Wilco kind of was running out of flashcards on a daily basis. You'd go in, they'd all be gone. So do get organised straight away. That's my number one piece of advice for any GCSE student. Get organised as quickly as possible. I'd also say you just need to not freak out. Like, it's not the end of the world. GCSEs don't define you as a person. They're just exams that you have to take, and of course you want to do them to your best of ability, but do not freak out. Like, they're not the end of the world, okay? So it's really important to still take time for yourself, to care for yourself. For me, one way I did that was by enjoying my lunch times. I know people will go to the library, but for me, I personally preferred to just relax at lunchtime, as it was one of the only times I would have in the day to relax. So yeah, I found that a really good way. I didn't concentrate in the library anyway, so I knew if I went up there it wouldn't be helpful at all, because I just couldn't concentrate in that environment. My kind of overall advice for a GCSE student is that it's not the end of the world. Work as hard as you can, but don't burn yourself out. My next tip of back to school advice is about choosing your options. So whether you're going into a year where you have to choose your GCSE options, A-level options, it is part of back to school. So people do ask, how do I choose my option? So there's 3 things I would say you need to consider. The first thing you need to consider is, are you going to enjoy it? If you're not going to enjoy something, don't bother taking it. So you need to consider, you know, is it a strong subject? Even if it's not your strongest subject, but you know you will work for it and you know that you will be happy at the end of those 2 years with the grade that you get, you know, you do need to consider that. Will you work hard and perform fairly well in it, like to a standard where you'd be really happy with? And the third thing you need to think about is, what is the reason I'm doing this for? You don't want to really just be doing a subject just because it's going to look good. You want to be doing a subject because you want to do it and you're interested and you're passionate and you enjoy it. Like, enjoying something's probably the biggest thing, because if you enjoy a subject, you're going to work so much harder for it than something that you don't enjoy. I also got a lot of questions asking, how do I choose between a sixth form and a college? So I am going to a college in September. Well, obviously in September now, but you know what I mean, like I am starting college, and my school actually did have a sixth form, but I decided I didn't want to go there. And for me, the difference is, in a sixth form, it's very much like a school, because you are in a school. You know, you're still treated like you're kind of in year 10, year 11, you know, you don't really grow up. Whereas if you go to a college, it's so much more independent and you're treated so much more like an adult. The independence is so much better, and I do think it prepares you better for university. Now obviously not everyone's going to agree. You may have a different sixth form experience or a college experience. It definitely just depends on the place you go. But I know the school that my sixth form had, for me, when I went to the taste sessions and even just talking to people who had been there, it just sounded like I would be stuck in school. And then as soon as I went from there to university, it would just be a massive jump. So at least with college, I have this chance now to learn how to make new friends and meet new people and things like that, interacting with people like that. So obviously you need to just go and look. I looked at a couple of different colleges and I think that was the only sixth form I looked at, and then you just need to make your decision and think, where am I going to fit in best? The next question I got asked is, how do you organise and keep your revision and schoolwork separate? So during GCSEs, and well, pretty much since year 7, we were always given books to use for schoolwork. So even when I did my GCSEs, we had that. So my schoolwork would stay in those books. I wouldn't do any schoolwork on paper or anything like that. And then any worksheets or homework, I had a folder for each of my subjects, just kind of like a popper wallet thing, which I put my book in and any piece of paper, and that meant it was so much more organised in my bag and I could find everything. And then for revision, I preferred to do all my revision on paper and then put it into a ring binder. So that's how I kind of kept it separate. I had a folder for schoolwork and then a ring binder for revision. And then the last question I'm going to answer probably isn't advice, but it was something I keep getting asked a lot, and that is, are you going to be doing a GCSE results video? Why haven't you shared your results? All this. I had someone go, you're a study YouTuber, I expect you to share your results so I know if your tips are useful. And honestly, I have seen so many other YouTubers, whether that was their GCSE or A-level results, and said, no, I just don't feel comfortable sharing with them, which I honestly think is perfectly fine. And for me, I was happy with pretty much all my results. There was just one that I wasn't, and I'm waiting to hear back something about it. So that's why I kind of held off. I was like, no, I'm gonna wait because I wanted to do a video rather than having to keep updating you when I've got everything there, and then I can just do it all in one video. But I've shared my science results on Twitter, geography, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned something else along the line, but I will do a whole video at one point once I have all this information. But that is the only reason why. I just want to have all the information and things like that ready for the video. Also, on results day, it was a bit of a manic day because I went to collect my results, and then at 12 a photographer from the Daily Mail came, and she was here for about an hour taking photos for an article that they wrote about me and some other students, which unfortunately didn't make it into the Mail. There was no space left for the article, but still it was a really good experience and I really enjoyed the whole process. And then after that I ended up going out for kind of like a late lunch dinner with my family. And by the end of the day, I just wanted to go to sleep because it had been such like a hectic day. So to be honest, I didn't really have time. I'd also not promised to film one, and I wasn't really in the mood, to be honest, because I was in shock with some of my results, like a good shock. And then obviously this one result I was really not too happy about. So yeah, that is why I didn't film one. Don't comment like which one was it, because I'm gonna wait till the whole video basically. So that's the only reason why. Everything else I was really happy with, and yeah, that's kind of just it really. I do want to finish on a really positive note. So someone asked me, what is the one thing that you're really looking forward to for this upcoming school year? And for me, it's going to somewhere new and meeting new people. I cannot wait to go to college with hardly knowing anyone. I know there are going to be loads of people, maybe like 30 maximum people I will know going to this college. But for me, it's only me and Evie from like our close circle of friends. So it is going to be really nice to meet some new people, meet new teachers, and only do 3 subjects as well. I'm going to be doing geography, media and sociology. So it's going to be really nice just to be able to drop down to those 3, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm most excited for, just this whole new experience. I'm really sorry if this video seemed rushed, but my camera is flashing red and I really wanted to be able to give you the best advice that I could. So if you do have any more questions, then make sure to comment them down below. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well if you come from Lily's video, or if you just found this somewhere along the lines. I just want to say thank you for 27,000 subscribers. We hit that a couple of days ago, and honestly, I was not expecting it, so thank you so much. Make sure to check out Lily's video and subscribe to her channel whilst you're there, and I will see you all next Sunday with another back to school haul, which you're not going to want to miss because it's with a really exciting brand. So I will see you then. Bye.